welcome back to the Seriously Serious Show. I'm your host, The Pels, and we still got Kenzie. Yes,
yep, still here.
She's still here. She's still excited, and she's amazing. But we have an exciting guest from us, former lead singer of Superchick, the one and only Tricia Brock.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Did it do it?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I am doing all right. Let's get started right away. Where are you at right now? Where are you located?
I am. We're in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where I live and have for about maybe 9 years now. And I'm in my house, and in our bonus room is our studio. So you're in the studio with me.
That is awesome. So that is where all your music, that is where all your genius happens. Now, I'm sorry, do you like writing in the studio, or do you like writing like when you're out and about, or what's a little bit behind the scenes?
It seems like since I've kind of been doing the solo records, I have done most of my writing actually here in the studio. We've set up co-writes, and that's where the songs really come in. But some of the ideas happen just in life, and that is where a couple of my favorite ideas have come from, is like driving in my car, flying in an airplane, just thinking or watching people, and an idea comes, and then I bring it into a co-write and say, I want to write a song about this, and then it happens.
So let's talk a little bit about your new album, Radiate. How's that experience been for you? What were some of the reasons behind some of the songs in this new album?
Well, it was pretty intimidating. My first solo pop record. Just trying to decide where it would go musically, and how to have fun and be me, but not seem like I'm just chasing down like the sound that Superchick had. So like wanting to be different, but also being like, well, I was part of Superchick, so that is part of me. So we really decided that we knew kind of ahead of time it was going to be a pop record, and I don't even know why. I just think like that's maybe the mental place we were in, was kind of like, in a way, happy pop music. We'd had a baby that year, the year that we started writing, and well, actually, I think I was pregnant when we first started writing.
Really?
So yeah, it was just, I think not all, but kind of a happy season, and a lot of changes and a lot of challenges at the same time. And so I think the songs are reflective of that, of like what I was going through, and then having a little girl, I think really brought up a lot of those self-esteem issues and things that I maybe want to sing to her when she's like 12. And so some of, I think, like my song Mirror Mirror and Pity Party, and some of the ones that feel a bit younger, I think we're a little bit inspired by her, and having a little kid running around in the house now, and thinking about what life will be like for her, and remembering what I was like as a kid. And so I think it's a reflection of me, all the years that I was with Superchick, all the stuff that I've been through, and then now being married and on my own and a mom, and just so much change. And a lot of these songs kind of talk about that.
That's awesome. It's fun to sort of see like your backstory affect the music that you're sort of doing. But I have to tell the story. The person that connected us told a great story that their 7-year-old son loves your music so much that he's singing "It's Good to Be a Girl." What's that feel like?
I apologize. But I am glad that it's catchy enough that he's singing along.
They said, they told me that it was at the bus stop, and he's singing "It's Good to Be a Girl," and that's just awesome. That's your music that is just so catchy. It's caught on, and I think it's great for that process. But a lot of times you were just saying we. You were saying we. Now, do you write a lot of this with your husband, or what part does your husband Nick play in this?
Yeah, well, I'm not a musician, so kind of the beautiful thing about us as a team, my husband and I, is that he plays most instruments, and he's a producer. That's what he went to school for. And so not only does he play guitar and play really well, but we have a studio in our house. So that's really why a few years ago, even when I'm still with Superchick, we started kind of writing together and working on stuff because we could, you know, it was kind of like, why not? Why don't we do this when we have a couple days in between crazy lives? Let's work on more music. So, yeah, we've pretty much done the whole thing together. We are co-writes. We're usually my husband and I, and usually one other writer. And it was several different writers that worked on this record with us. And then my husband produced the whole thing. So it all happened in our house, in our studio, and with a lot of our friends writing with us. And my husband sang with me on it. And, you know, we're definitely a team. So.
That's awesome. Now, it sounds like you work a lot with other artists. Like, what advice do you give them? Because with Superchick, you did a lot. You made it really big, and you were very, very influential to a lot of other bands. So what, like, advice would you give to, like, upcoming bands or people wanting to start bands? Like, what advice would you give them?
Well, especially for younger, new artists, I guess, the best advice I can give is to get really good at what you want to do. And we all kind of said that over the years. You know, I think we met a lot of kids who were like, you know, I just started playing guitar and I want to be in a band. I want to do this for life. What's your advice? And I was like, well, go to college, get a degree as a backup. But while you're in college, practice every minute that you can and become a great guitar player. And then there's no reason you can't end up in a band, you know? So when the opportunity comes, be ready, because I think, you know, a lot of us have these dreams, but sometimes we're not willing to work hard, and this industry is kind of tough, and it's good to have a backup plan. So that's my advice initially. But for bands who are already doing it and working hard, I mean, we did see God open up a lot of doors, and I think that that's the best route, is to know what you want to do, to work hard towards your dreams, but then to really allow God to open the doors that he wants you to walk through, and to try to just be obedient when he does, and to stay humble and be kind to people on your way up, because even if you become really successful, we all have ups and downs in our careers, and people remember how you are to them. And I think this industry is a lot of relationships, and so being good to people on tours when you're the headliner, I think that's really important, because someday you may be on somebody else's tour, not the headliner, and it's going to come back to you. So I just think in general, be good to people, and so much is relational. If you're a musician and you want to be in this industry, be a good friend and meet people and go out to shows and support other artists, and eventually somebody's going to do you a favor, and God's going to open the right door.
No, I think that speaks really well to our audience, is the character you have. Like, not just when you're the headliner, but when you're rising up or when you're doing that. I just think that's really great stuff. We got a lot of our audience, a lot of people seeking God, trying to figure out, spiritually where they're at. What advice would you give, or what could you sort of tell them as they're sort of seeking on their path that maybe you've gone through in your own journey?
Well, I guess partially just that life is a journey, and not to put so much pressure on yourself to be at the destination, or to even have certain destinations, you know, to think that, well, you know, when I get to this point, then God will be happy with me and I'll be content and I'll be happy in life. But to kind of choose joy in your todays, because I think in our Christian walk, we can be so hard on ourselves even, and I think God gives grace, but sometimes we don't give ourselves grace. And the truth is, I was a kid that was really hard on myself in my spiritual walk, and if I felt like I messed up, I almost gave myself little check marks, like today wasn't a good day, I messed up, I really beat myself up. And there was a point when I started to learn God's grace, and I started to give myself some of that grace, and to go, you know what, I can't work my way into acceptance and forgiveness, and your heart is what he knows, and so only you and God know where you stand. But to kind of give yourself a little break and know that he's content with you today, that he loves you right now.
I could not put that any better. That's an amazing story, and thanks for being vulnerable and sharing with our audience. I think that your story is just going to affect a lot of the teenagers and young adults that we're dealing with. Where can people find you online? Because I know you got probably Facebook, Twitter, website. Where can people find you so they can find your music, find it, and sing I Am Proud to Be a Girl and all the other songs and all the other entertainment? Where can they find you at?
Okay, so on Twitter, I'm Superchick Trish still. That's what I've been all along. On Instagram, which I love pictures, and I love to follow people on Instagram because a picture paints 1,000 words, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
So much more on Instagram than we can on Twitter. On Instagram, I'm just Super Trish.
Okay.
So you spell the chick. On my website is TriciaMusicOfficial.com.
Okay.
So, and then that's the same that you can look up for me on Facebook. And I'm just under Tricia now. You don't even have to look up Tricia Brock. So definitely look me up. And hopefully later this fall, next spring, I'll be touring. I would love to see everybody and catch up and get to sing together how good it is to be a girl.
That is awesome. Yes, invite me. I will get up there on stage with you and sing with you with it and doing all the dance moves and all. My camera guy's going, no, don't do that. No, please, no. So I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and coming and hanging out with us here on the Seriously Serious Show. Thank you so much, and may God bless you as you continue forward.
Thank you so much. It was great to meet you guys.
Awesome. Hopefully we'll be able to meet up soon and sing together. I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it. So there you have it. You know where you can go. We'll put it up in the website. I'm going to put it in the chat where you can go find her music, where you can find her website, go find her stuff. She's awesome. She's amazing. We're going to play some more music here at Remedy Live where we chat, listen, love.